Hello there. Thank you for clicking on this video. This video is going to just give you a little bit of a taste of how to do regressions in Desmos. So the first thing you need to do if you're going to do a regression is enter your table of data, which I already have set up over here. You can do that by clicking on that plus sign and then clicking add table and then simply typing in your points. Now, once you have your data table, you can choose to zoom fit. So you can see where my data points are. I kind of like where they are. If I click zoom fit, it will simply zoom in so that the data points fill most of the screen. Now you'll notice this icon up here in the upper left where it just says add regression, and pretty much it's going to be as easy as that. We just click on that button and it will give us a regression. Now notice that it does give us a linear regression. That's what it's defaulting to. And we're seeing a horizontal line going through those points. That's terrible because this is not a linear relationship. If I click the drop-down menu, I can simply pick the kind of regression that I would like to do. Now, when I wrote these points, I was writing a quadratic regression, so I'm going to choose that, and you'll notice that it now gives me the quadratic regression. You can choose to export that equation by simply clicking export a snapshot, and then you can alter that equation, mess around with it, do another regression on top of it, and so forth. Now, this is not really giving me the kinds of values for A, B, and C that I would normally like to have. So if I would like to do a regression in a different form, I can click regression options on the three dots and export as a custom regression. And you'll see that it is giving me a regression in standard form, but I wrote this so that I could do a regression in vertex or factored form as needed. So I'm going to delete most of that. I'm going to keep the Y1 and the tilde and the A, but I'm going to use X1 minus H all squared plus K. And so what I have done is a regression in vertex form, and you can see that the vertex is at the point 2, -3, which is right here, and it gives us our value for A, our value for H, and our value for K. You could also do a regression in any form you want, or you can change the type of regression that you are having Desmos do. There's other options like dragging the points around, but all of that gets to be a little bit too much for one video. This gives you a little taste of all you can do with the regressions in Desmos.